Hi there, I'm Lisa Tuttle, and I'm going to do a little mini lesson for you on slope and how we use it in math. Now, in real life, when we say the word slope, we're usually not talking about math. We're usually talking about something like skiing. So I drew a couple of friends to help us out. Here are my two friends, and they're going skiing for the day. And they're on two different slopes. Now, which of my friends is skiing the steeper slope? Right, this guy. He is daring to go down a black diamond. It is very steep. My other friend is kind of timid like me, and she's going down a nice little bunny hill. Now, in math, slope also has to do with steepness, but instead of talking about mountains, we're talking about lines. In math, the slope is the steepness of a line. So if you can imagine that these mountains are lines, this guy is going down a very steep line with a very big slope, whereas she is going down a less steep line with a not so big slope. So the steeper the line, the bigger the slope. I drew a few lines on the next page that we can use to demonstrate this. Here we have three lines. The blue one at the bottom goes straight across. The red one goes up at a small angle, kind of like our bunny slope. And then this green one goes up at a very steep angle, like our black diamond. Which of these three lines do you think has the biggest slope? That's right, it's this top one, the green one, because it is so steep, it's practically vertical. It has a very steep slope, which means that the slope is going to be a pretty big number, and in this case, it is 9. Now look at the red line. If this line here has a slope of 9, do you think that the red line slope will be smaller than 9 or bigger than 9? That's right, it's going to be smaller than 9 because the red line isn't as steep, so the slope is going to be lower. And the red line slope is actually a half. So here, steep line, high slope, bigger than 1, much bigger than 1. And here, not so steep line, lower slope, actually less than 1. It's a fraction, 1/2. What do you think the slope of this blue line would be? Remember, it's a horizontal line, it goes straight across. If you're standing on it with your skis, you're not moving. So the slope is, that's right, 0. It has no slope. It's a flat surface, no slope. If you know 2 points on a line, you can actually calculate the slope. So I'm going to show you how to do that on the next page. Do you have any questions so far? All right, let's keep going. So I have drawn a little graph with a line, and on that line I've labeled 2 points that are on that line. So one of the points is 1, 2, and the other is 3, 6. And the question is, well, what's the slope? There's a very simple formula that we can use to figure that out, and I've written it right here. What you do is you take the 2 y values of your points, remember the y's are the second number in the pair, and you divide their difference by the difference between the 2 x values. So you subtract the y values, subtract the x values, and then you divide. And that's how you get the slope. So for this line, our 2 y values are 6 and 2. So I would do 6 minus 2 in the numerator. And our 2 x values are 3 and 1. So in the denominator, I would write 3 minus 1. So I'm going to write that down, and then we're going to figure out the slope. So our y's are 6 and 2. Our x's are 3 and 1. If I subtract 6 minus 2, that's 4. 3 minus 1 is 2. And 4/2 is the same as 2. So, using that formula, I can find out that the slope of that line is 2. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you learned a little bit about slope today and how we can use it in math.